You keep telling me to make it, yeah, to the spot where we would stay lit, and finish bottles never wasted, yeah, cause that's where I'm from.
Hello and welcome to an episode of On Campus. I'm your host, Ashley Ching. Today I'm joined with a very special guest, Kayla Santos. Kayla goes to Solano Youth Theater when she was younger, and now she goes to a lot of the productions as well. It's so good to have you here today, Kayla.
Thank you, Ashley. It's nice to be here.
I know that we've done a lot of Six Flags dance work together, and now you've moved on to do so many other cool things too.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from my past jobs, especially at Six Flags. But yeah, I used to go here back like when I was in 3rd grade, so I kind of got brought up in musical theater. And then from high school, I did a lot of musicals with Miss Manny, who actually works here. And so from Six Flags after that,
Those were good years,
Yeah,
Kayla.
they were.
I love those times. I'm so glad that you introduced me to that gig, because I did have a good time.
I know. Well, so we knew each other from Stage 1.
Stage 1 Dance Center in Benicia, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that was some good foundation dancing.
Remember we went across the corner together doing advanced jazz?
Yeah.
With those crazy, like, Space Needle...
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
Taryn, one of the dance teachers?
Yeah, those were fun days. I have to say that I am definitely not a ballerina or a jazz
You could
dancer.
always pick up the choreography. It amazed me. At Six Flags, you would just watch it, and then you could do it.
I like to hope so. But
It was really cool.
Thanks. I think I started dancing kind of young, so I got used to choreography.
Oh, so you did take dance lessons.
I did musical theater, so I
Okay.
guess I was taught to pick up things quickly because...
Other than what's that square, box step, right? Wasn't that the little musical theater go-to?
Oh, yeah, the box step. Yeah, of course, the jazz hands.
Right.
Yeah, so I learned because I was always with older groups of kids. I was always the youngest. For some reason, Solano kept cutting the youngest years, so like I would be like in 3rd grade, I was the youngest year, and then they cut it, and then 4th year or
Are you
4th
sure it's
grade,
just not because you're the best? And they just kept promoting you?
No, like I
Really?
was literally the youngest every year, and it was like I had to just like push myself because everyone was older and mature.
That's
and
good.
So I think that's where I got picking up things quickly, or I'd like to hope so. But yeah, but those were good years. I think I was there for 3 years.
Solano Youth
No,
Theater?
at Six Flags.
At Six Flags, right.
Yeah.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah, I
that
know.
same song. Oh, man, we did that so many times, that number.
We did that, I think one time it was like 4 times in a day.
Oh, yeah.
And I just can't believe it.
And then we finally moved on from that number from the late 90s. That was a while ago. They finally
Did they
cut
finally?
that number. Yeah, they did.
Oh, I think that's I mean, it was one of those things. It was good for the moment, but after, let's just move on. Yeah.
And lately you've auditioned for Janet Jackson, right?
Yes, yeah. That was last month, and I heard about it through Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was one of my old dance teachers. She was auditioning for it, and she's, put the link to her page, and so I looked that up, and I was free on the day that they were having open auditions. so-
Perfect.
Yeah, so I just drove down to LA.
That was in LA?
Yeah, all the way down there.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I got a hotel room. They told us what to wear, and then just
You have to wear the crop top, right? Gotta show off the physique,
gotta
of course.
show it off. Yeah, it was cool. So I got in line. I was one of the first 100, and so she took a group of 100 and like just taught us all. Not her,
Not Janet.
but like her backup
Sure.
dancers.
Cool.
And yeah, so you had to kind of just pick up the choreography, and then they went through 5 at a time, and then they were like,
at a
"We'll
time.
call you back."
Okay.
I got a call back, and then so I
Sweet.
came back for the all girls call back. So the next
Because
day
you were looking at boys and girls.
yeah.
Okay.
At the first audition, it was just open to anybody, like all ages, all shapes and sizes. So, and then I got called back for the next day, and I think the choreography picked up a little bit.
Of course, yeah.
They're trying to cut out, and it was awesome. I met a lot of great, talented girls from all
bet.
over. Met a few friends in New York, from New York, and Atlanta, Georgia.
Who came all the way out to
Yeah,
LA
they
to
came-
audition.
Yeah, and a lot of them took classes in LA because there's really nice classes down there that
Abby Lee. and other classes.
Yeah, Ivy League. There's Millennium. I've never actually gone down there for classes. I've kind of stayed up here for or I've just kind of self-taught YouTube, you know?
Yeah. I saw that. Well, before I move on to your YouTube stuff, so what's the next step for Janet Jackson?
Well, I got called back, and then they did another callback, so I didn't get called back for the final callback. I know.
Sometimes, race and height, there's always that.
There's always something they're looking for that you never can tell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one slipped through my fingertips, but that's all right.
Yeah, I'm sure that you got the choreography, though, when they presented it. How was it?
It was quicker, and it was, like, very much commercial hip-hop that I've just started diving into, so it's very like quick, slow, quick hit, and I haven't done that for very long. I've done jazz and a little bit of hip hop, but when it comes to that hard hitting stuff, it's like you got to be quick.
Now, you have to tell me how many 8-count sets did they present in the second round of auditions? Because I know, what is it, like other NFL or whatever auditions, like 8 counts in an hour. How many 8 counts do they give you guys?
I wouldn't actually have. I don't remember.
Just like it's just a blur.
Well, I know that it was probably like 40 seconds of dancing, but I don't know.
40 seconds, but it's just like every count or every half count is like some little move or something.
Yeah, it was intricate. It was very intricate. It was probably the quickest I've been taught choreography, and it was intricate.
Even worse than Warrior Girls, because I know you auditioned for that.
Yeah. Warrior Girls has its, I think it was just a different style. And so I think I've done that style before. So for me, it wasn't as quick, like for me. Mm-hmm. But they're different in a way. Because it's kind of a cheer hip hop. Instead of like for Janet, it's
I was at that audition, I walked out during the dance clinics like twice.
Oh, really?
That was a tough audition.
Yeah.
But you made it to finals, right?
I did, yeah.
Awesome.
It was cool. I got to interview with the manager of the girls' team.
Sabrina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a good experience. I was way too young to really like...
Because you were like 18.
I was 18, yeah. I just turned 18. I found out about it. And with all these auditions, I find out about them very late. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like playing catch up. Okay. And everyone else has been ready, prepared, and I'm like, oh, goodness. Just because I haven't really looked at exactly what I want to do in the future, because I kind of have gone into singing, acting, and dancing, so I think I'm not really one of those things.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not like perfectly
decided
to
commit
so
to
I think
one.
that's why I haven't like had my eyes set on all these auditions, because there's so many. Because it's like, I was thinking about going to college, and when I went down to audition for college, I actually auditioned for Carnival Cruise Line, and so I got that gig, but
with Carnival?
Yeah.
I love that cruise ship. I mean, it's I love the shows that they put on.
Yeah, they're awesome. I've had a good time with them. I've been with them for about 4 years.
Have you now?
3 years.
It's been 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
Wow. So how long are you at sea for?
At a contract, we have like 6 or 7 months at a time.
Oh, man.
But at sea, we'll have a couple sea days in a row. And we'll have ports within the cruise, like the full cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But they have a lot of different shows, a lot of different variety of, the genres of music that we do, like music reviews, because you've seen some of them.
Like some are 80s, some more Motown.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's Motown. My next ship has a British rock type of show.
Like Beatles?
Yeah, a lot of Beatles.
Yeah.
The Who, Queen, stuff like that. And then I have a show that's called Studio VIP that's disco, 70s, fun stuff.
Do you have a favorite genre?
Oh, 80s pop.
80s pop
is amazing.
Like Don't Stop Believing and
well, actually, that one's in Epic Rock.
Okay.
Epic Rock has like 70s and 80s rock, just like very explosive, heavy rock.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. That show I think is most people's favorites because it has this like interesting wardrobe to it, and it's just like it's very well received from the audience because everyone can sing along with every single song.
Yeah.
But I like 80s pop just because it's like very like cheesy in its own like 80s way. I just love the 80s. 80s was my thing.
I have to just say a little plug, like when I did this pageant, like the first one, my talent was doing Don't Stop Believing. I did ballet to that number.
Oh, really?
That was fun. Yeah, I love the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a cool concept to do ballet to that. That's awesome.
So tell us about the audition process for Carnival. I think you wanted to talk about that.
Right. So they have auditions all around the world. So you have to go on carnivalentertainment.com if you want to go to their live auditions. You have to just kind of catch the closest one to your hometown. But I went to the audition that was in North Hollywood
Okay.
about 3 years ago. And what they had me do, and what I believe they still do, is have one day for singers who dance,
Right.
which I went to. That was the first day. And then the second day is dancers who sing.
Right.
So I figured I'll go to the singers who dance. If I don't get it, I'll go to the next day. But what they do, at least for the singers, is they'll actually have you dance first. So you always want to be in something that's form-fitting and...
Sounds like Six Flags.
Yeah, it is, huh? They just
Yeah.
want to make sure you can move enough to get by, because everyone on stage dances. Even though the singers primarily sing, we do dance very heavily. And so they'll put you through like combination across the floor stuff, and then they'll have like kind of a cut period where they let some people go, and then they ask some people to go and have 2 songs prepared with the CD track. So they want pop or rock mainly.
Interesting.
Yeah, because most of our shows are pop or
Right.
super like heavy rock. And so they do that, and then after you've performed your 2 songs in the room by yourself, they do another cut, and then they'll have you come and do harmonies with like groups. So they try to see everything you could do in like a small amount of time, because I was there for maybe a couple hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then that was it. And they had the job ready. And so that's kind of the process of the live auditions. But
Okay.
they also have online auditions that you could send in.
Oh, yeah.
So that's perfect for people that are, have a job, have
Right.
have commitments at home. But you could always send in a video of you. They want to see kicks, of course, which I'm
Flexibility.
sure,
Yeah, just
which
like
you have.
Warriors, NFL, same kind of thing.
Pirouettes, and then they want a jazz hip hop combination. And then you could send other, like if you have a dance reel. Do you have a dance reel, something like that?
I'm sure I could like put
Put it together.
or
Yeah.
something.
Normally it's like keep it under 5 minutes, and that's good.
Yeah, that's plenty. 5 minutes of dancing.
Yeah. So that's the process of the online sending in a video reel.
And you got through that audition process, and now 3 years later, you're going back to Australia, right, where you do your carnival there.
Yeah.
In that area.
Yeah, well, actually, my ship starts in Seattle, so it's the
Cool.
Carnival Legend,
Wow.
and it goes to Alaska, and then it relocates from Seattle to Vancouver, and then goes and picks up their passengers and goes to
All the
Hawaii.
way to Hawaii.
And then
Okay.
it goes around Hawaii,
Uh-huh.
and then from Hawaii it goes to Tahiti and the Polynesian Islands, and then it makes its way down to Australia.
Oh.
So it's a long cruises. They're like 18 days long, some of them.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that's my first time to go to some of those places. Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
never been to Tahiti, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
And then in Tasmania and New Caledonia, all around Australia is going to be really fun and new for me.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What do you like about your work with that experience? You get to travel. I bet you get to meet so many awesome, talented fellow performers.
Yeah. There's countless things that I can say that I love about that job. I think meeting people from different cultures, and it just feels like a family, in my opinion. I feel like it's home, even though it's a home away from home. But that, and then, yeah, performing with people that have done so many things. And, like, sometimes you'll meet, like, renowned performers that come and do, like, a fly-on act. So if we have a long cruise and there's not enough shows to fill those nights, they'll have, like, performers that, like, have worked with. We had, what's his name? It was Nat King Cole's.
Oh, really?
It was his nephew in Australia. His nephew lives in Australia, and he would come and do like a fly-on act and sing some of his uncle's songs. You know, the old
Wow.
Nat. Yeah. So that's fun. You get to meet a lot of people, and you get to port in so many interesting places.
I bet.
Yeah. So that's what I love, and performing is, of course, the top priority for me. Like,
Yeah,
that's
totally.
That's my favorite part. These shows kind of just show like how, like, you can sing, dance, and some of it is very emotional. So you kind of get acting in it in a way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what's the next step? Do you see yourself kind of doing this for a while? Carnival, I know you said you auditioned for in New York for different things.
I've kind of been, after every contract, I take a few months off, and I try to see, like, my other options. I've done internships in New York, because I've met really great people. One of the choreographers for our shows, his name's Dev Janke, and he's a great choreographer. So I did an internship with him in New York, and I also kind of did some auditioning while I was there.
Is this a dance internship?
It was actually, I was assistant director.
Awesome. For choreographing.
Well, I was I was assistant director / assistant choreographer, because he does both.
Okay. So
I was assisting him. And from him, I got a lot of different opportunities to audition for different things. And so I guess that's kind of what I'm doing, is like, Carnival is kind of my place to kind of save money.
Yeah.
And do what I love. And then when I get off the ship, try to find new things to do. You know, I keep auditioning.
Right.
I normally come home to visit family, because the Bay Area is my home. So I'm always here for a few weeks or at least a couple months. And in that time, I try to find auditions in the area. But primarily, I want to find an agent, and I think I want to start doing film.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had a project in Petaluma that I auditioned for, and I got a big role in this little local film. So that's kind of what I've been doing, is transitioning into film, which is kind of a big difference from, you know, singing and dancing.
So, like, be the next, I don't know, can you think of a celebrity that you kind of want to parallel?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh,
of
really?
Course. Yeah,
okay.
no, she's like the best. No, well, I would love to be like an action drama film star. Awesome. Maybe not star, but just, I want to be able to, bring in some bucks doing that.
Wow.
But I still love singing and dancing, so maybe I'll do that on the side somehow. Maybe start a band or something. So
start a band.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you play? I know you sing.
I sing. I've written a few songs here and there. I kind of just play around with instruments. I wouldn't call myself a musician in any way. I play the guitar a little bit and the ukulele.
Cool.
So things that can move with me.
That makes sense. Very creative.
Yeah, I
artistic.
try to be.
Yeah.
I really try. But my whole family, they're pretty musical.
Awesome.
So I've grown up with music being a big part of our life. So it's cool. Yeah.
Is there anything final you want to say to our viewers?
I think the best thing for me to say is that, like, no matter who you are or where you've been, don't ever limit yourself, because I think that's what I did at first, because back in Six Flags there was tons of people that went on to do Carnival. I mean, there was like Diego, I think, was one who was from Six Flags, and he went to Carnival right after Six Flags, and I heard about it, and someone was like, you should do it, and I was like, no, I'm not like that good of a singer. I could never do it. And
you were started Six Flags. How could you not?
Well, you know, everyone has their doubts.
Like limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And it's like, I wish I would have done it sooner, because, I mean, I'm glad to do it now, but, like, back when I first heard about it, I wrote it off and thought, oh, no, I could never.
What?
So, yeah, I think it's good to just, like, go for things.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, you never know what people are looking for. And I was lucky that they were looking for someone like me, or else I wouldn't be doing all the great things that I'm doing. So I think that's the only thing I really wanted to say, is that don't ever label yourself and don't ever limit yourself. Not to you, but everybody.
No, that's
Not just
great
you.
advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla, it's so great to have you on the show. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me, Ashley.
Thank you for coming, Kayla. Again, this is Ashley Ching with Solano College Sports Network on campus. Thank you for watching.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.